great. Hey, guys, I'm really, really excited about today. I mean, it's amazing news that we have. We put it a little bit on hold, but, I really want to share some mega team that just joined eXp. They were with ReMax for the last 10 years and located in the South Jersey Shore. Last year, they did almost about $17 million, 51 transaction, and with only three team members. This year, they only did $4 million, right at the cap in eXp. I'm really, really excited about this. My friend Chip and Helen, obviously, you know about David, still killing it right here in Charlton. And on top of that, he did, David, how many transactions did you did so far this year?
So far this year, we've done, I think, 57.
57. Yeah. Awesome. And last year, you did $16 million. For me, $40 million last year. And this year, we are our goal is to hit 150, and we already closed about 20. Again, New York is a little bit slow. So I'm excited about Chip and Helen. Welcome, guys. Thank you so much for being on today. And we want to hear your story, like what happened 10 years in ReMax, and what made you guys change? Like, what happened?
I guess the biggest thing, Rummy, is that we saw something and we could not see it anymore. I started seeing eXp pop up in my radar about a year ago and saw it, ignored it, investigated. I think I spoke to anybody I've ever coached with. I think anybody I've ever masterminded with. I tried poking holes in it. Every which way I turned, I started seeing successful people such as you guys take your whole brokerages to it. And I'm saying, there's got to be something here. I got to know more about this. Right. And that pretty much led me to joining you all down on their conference. I mean, I got on a plane and jumped and went to a conference and said, what's this all about? Yeah. And I couldn't believe all the faces that I had sat in rooms with and learned from and heard speak on stage, and they were all there. So for me, it was like earth-shattering that, why am I not on this bus? And what am I missing? So Helen-Ann and I had been speaking about it, discussing it, contemplating about it. We were very happy with ReMax. We had a very good relationship with our broker at ReMax. When it came down to the end of the day, it was like, all right, I can keep how much more money in my pocket and still do the same amount of business. So that's going to allow me more money to invest in my business and invest in my clients. It was a no-brainer after that.
And you said that you were definitely happy in ReMax. So, and I know a lot of agents that are happy with their current brokerages too. So stating that, making that point is really, really critical. And you had no reason to change because when you look at the model, you're like, wow, this is something that's revolutionary.
There was no reason to change, but the dilemma that we had was every year we kept looking at our level of profitability. And as business people, the more we examine that, we thought, this doesn't make any sense. We have fees we can't get away from. Essentially, there's a cap, if you will, that never goes away. And and to grow a team under that brand is very expensive. And we thought, well, it's the cost of doing business. It is what it is. But when we saw this other opportunity, it was like, we're going to be instantly more profitable the day that we move, overnight more profitable. And at the end of the day, what that ultimately does is it allows us to give our buyer's agents an even bigger piece of the pie. So now they're making more money. And we track our business. As business people, we've tracked our business for years. And we knew that our ReMax brand wasn't what was bringing business to us. No. It was our own lead generation. It was our own efforts. It was our own branding, essentially, of ourselves and our team, the Jersey Shore real estate experts, and primarily Chip, and just the relationships that we and our buyer's agent had built over the years with their clients. That's what really brought the business. Yes. And we knew that. And because we had tracked it, we knew that by leaving this international brand, that we were still going to be okay because the business really came from us. And as we've transitioned, nothing's really changed. Nothing's really changed.
Wow.
Gotten better.
It's gotten better. Yeah. Now I'm just making more money.
Yeah. It's one of those things where, I've talked to, 1,000 eXp agents and very few times do I hear I wasn't happy at my current brokerage.
Yeah.
That's why I switched.
Yep.
I mean, on occasion I get that, right? But most of the time it's, I was really happy with where I was. And that's what took me so long to even look at something different. And Chip, I did the exact same thing as you. I mean, eXp was introduced to me in the end of 2015. And I've literally plugged my ears and said, la, 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 la. And this was one of the top producing agents in another state that I built a relationship with through Boomtown. I met him in 2009, about the time I met you guys. And so this was a mega producing agent that I had respect for that was trying to tell me about it, and I didn't want to hear anything. And then I started seeing, again, all these people that I respected in the industry move over, and that's what made me really take a dive into it. Obviously with Rummy and I, we owned our own brokerage. So we obviously liked our brokers, or at least we think we did. Sometimes, right? And splits, we had the best split of anybody. We didn't have a split. Right. We didn't have a cap, right? So people will say to me all the time, well, I've got a good, better split over here, and I'm like, well, you didn't have a better split than me. Right. Let's stop thinking about today. And let's start thinking about this as a business and stop thinking about this as a job.
Yep.
And obviously people like you guys, you guys have thought about this as a business for a long time. Yeah. And it just made sense to you guys, which was awesome.
And on top of that, I mean, running an efficient team with 3 people doing $17 million, I mean, and you have a very small niche, right? Is that correct?
Yeah, we sell second homes at the beach. I mean, that's really our niche. We're from Sea Isle to Cape May, from the beach to the bay. So primarily second homeowners. No one needs to live here. No one's coming here for a job. They're coming here to vacation with their family and build memories. So it's fun. Don't get me wrong. It was a dream of mine to live down here. Helen-Ann was born and raised down here. So it's a fun backyard to play in.
Yeah.
I mean, it's with three of you, and on top of that, with a small niche. I mean, like, I'm in New York, and everything is game over here. But so you really have to be efficient and looking at your numbers, looking at your P&L every single day. And I think that what you said before was, hey, that was a main, I'm going to put more money in my pocket. I'm going to put more money in my agent's pocket. And what has that transitioned into, right? You just said before, hey, it's better now. What has become better, and how many months you've been, so that people know that you've been on eXp like a month almost, or?
Well, we started the transition a little bit before the new year, but everything kicked into place in January.
So about 1 quarter, about 3 months.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, awesome.
About 3 months.
So tell us what you obviously, well, let's back up for a second. So while you were processing this and you started seeing these agents go, and you started thinking, did the same thing I did, what am I missing? Right? Why are these guys going to eXp? It makes no sense to me. Before you really even researched it, which I do hear a lot. People will say no before they even know what it is. Give me an idea, while you were doing your research, what were you seeing that the light bulb started turning on where, hey, this might be something I want to do? What were those things? What was it about eXp that started making you think, hey, this might be something we want to do? And I'm starting to see why they're moving.
Well, I saw the big teams going. So that's always an indicator of the industry. So when you see somebody who you respect and hold high making a decision, I'm sure it wasn't walked into lightly. So that was, one critical flag. It was like, okay, these people who I respect are moving this way. They've had to do their research. And upon speaking with a lot of them, they have.
Yep.
So my research on top of theirs only helped exasperate our move.
So what was it about eXp that you started finding during your research to make you guys start talking, hey, this might be something we might be interested in doing?
Well, what I think, like I said, we knew from a profitability level we had to make a move. But as I started to dig further, I realized this is a company that's offering training. And there's a lot of brands out there that are promoting training right now, and everyone's trying to outdo the other with the advertising of their training. And the brand that we came from had training. But is that training meaningful? What is that training really doing for you and helping you truly sell more homes? Is it training to make you be, compliant for your license, or is it really training that's going to help you increase your bottom line? And as I looked at this training level, I realized very quickly a lot of this quality level of training was something that we had paid tremendously for top coaches all over the country for a number of years. Yep. And it was like, wow, this is coming at a very, very modest technology fee, if you will, that I can share this with my team. And that I'm not, it was things that we were doing, like the lead gen, the KV Core. We were spending a lot of money on lead gen, and that was our bread and butter, and we realized we had to. But when we knew how great of a product that was, because we were familiar with it in the past, it wasn't just lead gen, it was effective lead gen. The brand we came from had lead gen, but that's not going to drive your business. Whereas we know that this kind of lead gen can truly drive your business. And they had tools there that we were already paying for, that we knew our agents could benefit from, and potentially other agents in around us could benefit from.
We've been amazed in the 3 months that we've been involved with eXp, how many little groups that we've gotten into through the workplace, Facebook. I've sat in certain masterminds, social media masterminds.
The amount of sharing is insanity. Someone's like, oh, you wanted to do that here. Let me send you a link. It's done for you. And you can just and you're like, what?
Yeah, well, before we would come back from a conference, and, we hide our stuff. And
yeah. So I don't think that most people that are watching this don't know what a high-producing, high-level coach in the real estate industry costs per month. So give the viewers an idea of what some of the agents that are producing at a high level, right?
We had started getting professional coaching years ago. When I'm saying years ago, and that's what really helped us grow our business. And that was one of the reasons why we went to the ReMax brand, was because we were being coached where we were, and we knew that under that brand we could really grow ourselves, and that was the best alternative at the time. And as we grew, we knew we outgrew that brand, but we had no place else to go, and didn't want to open up a mom and pop shop in New Jersey because we're so regulatory. I thought it's going to take me out of the real estate business, take me away from selling, just to make sure that we don't get ourselves into trouble. And it didn't make sense. And when eXp came along, it was like, well, wow, that's kind of the answer to my prayer. That's what I need, someone to help regulate us and keep us straight, while at the same time, now it allows us to really now grow our business to the next level.
So what were you paying for coaching on a monthly basis?
Started out with coaching, it was like $800 a month, and by the time we were done, it was like $1,600 a month.
And then we could have joined a mastermind, it was like another $25,000 a year.
See, that's what I think people don't realize is a lot of people, and you guys are probably the 5th or 6th or 10th person who's told me this. A lot of high-producing agents have coaches, right? They've had coaches. What I'm finding is once they move over to eXp, they're dumping their coaches. So
a lot of the coaches are with eXp now.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. And you're like, hey, how are you?
Yeah. So what I want people to realize is somebody that's watching this video that either one just got into real estate, 2 has been in the real estate industry a year or 2 and they're struggling, because let's just face it, that's the majority of realtors, right? They struggle, especially the first couple of years. They don't have the money typically, or they don't want to invest $1,000 a month in coaching. So at eXp, you're telling me, and multiple people have told me, you're getting pretty much the same coaching, but it's free. That is pretty powerful. I don't want people to miss how powerful that is.
I think you can seek coaches anywhere. There's no doubt. Yeah. It always comes down to what you implement and what you take from them. Of course. But, I mean, the pool of information available through eXp has blown me away in the first 3 months.
Yes.
And it's easy, and it's what's kind of interesting about the company is I think to myself, if there are other people that I want to share this with, who would they be? Well, definitely for the beginner agent, there's a home here for you. For the agent that's been in the business for a few years, the part-time guy that still wants to be part-time, there's a home here for you. For the mega agents and the mega teams, there's a home here for you. For a husband and wife,
talk to us about what that looks like.
The husband and wife team is it's brilliant, because there are a lot of husband and wife teams truly in the real estate industry across the nation. And what's great about what they call a domestic union partnership, for us, it's husband and wife, on those days. What it allows you to do is become a one entity, if you will, one union when you join the company. It allows you to share in your fees. It allows you to only pay that one cap. So it really allows you to reach that, to reach that cap status very quickly. Chip is going to. There's no reason why he's not going to icon by sometime into the third quarter without even me helping him. But with just me there, it's even more support for us. It's almost a no-brainer for a husband and wife team.
We struggled a little bit because eXp had kind of removed this, but they were smart enough to analyze the fact that it's an important value to the
there are
the
teams
spouse's teams.
that truly operate that way, as we did.
So as a husband and wife team, or a domestic partnership team, you have one fee, one cap.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
You're right. That is super powerful.
That is.
So as a team, you're only paying, as a partnership, you're only paying a $16,000 a year cap nationally.
That's correct.
So if you wanted to go and open an office in Florida, or you wanted to go office in Alaska or California or Canada, you have one cap of $16,000.
Yes.
Now compare that to what we were paying ReMax, where we were paying $50,000 to $60,000 a year.
Yeah.
And then if you went and opened another office somewhere else, you would have an additional cap with that other office in Alaska or in California.
Right.
Now, and the reason that is for people that don't understand how eXp can do this or why they would do this, we don't have franchises.
Correct.
We're one company. 99% of all other companies, the big ReMax, Keller Williams, all these other big companies, they're franchise owners all over the country. So when you go and run your business out of their office in Alaska, they need that get paid for cap. Right? And then you go down to Arizona and you open an office. Well, guess what? That franchise owner needs a cap. So you now, you have multiple caps. And at eXp, because we don't have franchises, we're one huge brokerage, one cap. Pretty amazing.
The other beauty, David, is from our old ReMax world is anytime we brought on a team member, we had a new monthly fee, not only for technology, but a desk fee. So irregardless of how much production they were doing, we were obligated X amount of dollars to our broker every single month.
Yeah.
With eXp, we bring on team members. They can have a half cap. They can have a quarter cap. They're underneath our veil. So they're not obligated to the full cap per se. Yeah. So again, it opens up the door for expansion.
And on top of that, they could expand to as well as being a one brokerage. And I tell you, Helen-Ann texted me the other day. Hey, did you read this? Did you look at this in the world about New York opening up right now? New York City actually opening up right now. And I just hired an agent that was working in the city, and she's just all excited. And she's like, Rummy, I'm going to send you a whole bunch of agents. She was never a broker before. She was never a mega producer, but she knows so many people because she managed them. Because it's one brokerage, we all connected together. It's not like this different franchises. Okay, well, New York City is a different animal or different.
That's right.
No, it's not. It's eXp. It's together. We are together. It does not matter. So
we can get super excited when eXp New York City opens, or when Australia opens, or when over the pond when it starts opening, we can get excited because it's our brokerage that's growing. It's not just our little tiny franchise under this huge umbrella. We're under that umbrella and we're all together. So I got excited. I mean, I've only been in New York City 2 times in my life, and I was excited that eXp opened in New York City. When I was with another franchise, I could have cared. I didn't know when they got another franchise owner in New York City, nor did I care because it didn't affect me.
But I think the reason why it's important that we get excited is that we're not viewing these people as competitors. Because we are all part of one agent-owned company, we're viewing these people more as business partners. And as they grow and they sell homes, they are going to participate in stock awards and rewards and make this company grow. And so we all have this vested interest in watching this grow. And we're not competing against each other, because at the end of the day, we all want to see the company as a whole become something great and continue to grow.
That's
right. I mean, think about this. We are all friends, right? I mean, obviously we were friends before. I don't know how many years, like 10 years now almost, right? It's almost close. And we were in the mastermind. mastermind group before. But now I feel like, okay, what does Chip need from me, right? I'm here, I'm available. Even though we were there before, but because we had that financial connection. Same thing for David. David knows I call him at the middle of the night. He's like, stop calling me, man. But David will pick up. I mean, even though we were doing that as a friend, but I think David is also obligated, like, hey, I owe this guy because we are financially connected, so that way we could do more production and, obviously support our family and support your family too as well. And I see that connection. I see it through my agents because I'm growing. We're almost above 40 right now, and I'm just seeing this massive growth. And sometimes it's scary, but then, I was showing you before how you could kind of sustain that too as well. But I feel obligated. Like, this person that just hired from New York City, she's just going bananas up there talking to everyone and anyone that she could think about. She goes, Rummy, are you available? Are you available? I'm like, yeah, whenever you want. What do you need from me? I could help you. I could do this. I could do that. That financial connection is really strong.
And even so you guys know that I shared my listing presentation to everybody in the company. So 16 or probably almost 19,000 agents now have access to my listing presentation, as well as I think there was like maybe 50 or 60 other listing presentations that other eXp people had shared. And I've had multiple people that I have no clue who they are, right? I've never met them. I don't know what state they're in. I don't know what city they're in. And they're contacting me and they're asking me, hey, can you tell me how you did this? Can you explain this program? Why do you do this? Why do you do that? Now, I'm going to be honest with you. This is going to make me sound really bad. But 2 years ago, there's a good chance I wouldn't have returned all those phone calls, right? I'm busy. I don't necessarily, and it's going to make me sound terrible, but I necessarily didn't want to call somebody in Missouri to help them with my listing presentation. Well, I had so many people reach out to me. I actually sent out a message saying that I'm actually going to do a Zoom call where I'm going to invite all 16,000, anybody at eXp that wants to go into this Zoom call, and they're going to basically be able to see my listing presentation. I'm going to actually do a mock presentation. So they're going to be able to see me do the presentation. And there's just no way that these guys can't get one little piece of nugget out of that presentation, and then the same thing with me. I've gone to some of those things, right? I'm not great on social media. I've gone to some people that are really good at social media that are sharing. So the sharing that goes on here is it's really astonishing to the point where I'm even now excited about sharing. And I was not a sharer. I really wasn't a huge sharer back in the day. Now, I mean, I was like you guys, right? People that I had a connection with. But now I want to share with the person in Missouri. I want to share with the person in Arizona. Because you know what? If I can help them get 1 or 2 more listings, that just helps the company, which just helps my family because I own stock in the company that was given to me by the company.
And that's another point and another, let's say, reason why we consider eXp highly. Yeah. I mean, after 10 years, I got a certificate in the mail from ReMax congratulating me on my wonderful 10 years of service.
You said
but
that.
Not one piece of stock, not any kind of ownership interest. So I'm looking at this company and saying, all right, close one deal, you're going to get stock.
Yep.
Well, we probably would have come over the summer or last spring. It's just that we just started we live in a seashore resort. We had a really fun summer. We were selling houses, doing our thing. And then it got into the fall, beautiful weather. And then when we got those certificates in the mail saying, thank you for your 10 years of service, I was like, that's it, we're done.
That stung a little bit, I think.
That was the icing on the cake. And again, we loved our company. We loved our brand. We loved our owners. We loved our managers. They were awesome. We had tremendous growth and ran a great team out of that organization. But bottom line was, it wasn't best for my bottom line. Great for theirs, but not great for mine. And that's like, this is stupid. We have to just go and just.
There's definitely a movement in the real estate industry, and for those that don't make the move, and I don't just mean moving from a brick and mortar location to eXp. I'm talking about the brick and mortar as a company. If those mega companies, because listen, there's some great. ReMax is a great brand. Mm-hmm. Keller Williams is a great brand. Coldwell Banker, Berkshire Hathaway, these are good brands, okay? I believe that if they don't make a shift in their business is going to die.
Fundamentally, their model doesn't work anymore because the way that we as agents work has changed. Thanks to the internet, whether you like it or not, it's changed. The way the consumer shops has changed. So the consumer doesn't need my brick and mortar location anymore to come and pick up their MLS sheets. It's different today. And when you go, and that's the whole thing, when people kind of say, well, I don't know about this cloud idea. Hang on, folks. When you really start going from real estate office to office, or you do different closings and you're out and about, these offices are empty. There's nobody there. Because they don't need to be there to run their business. And the more agents that are starting to see that, particularly in our market, we have agents that come from out of the area and just sell here in the summer and enjoy their vacation home in the summer and sell real estate here. They're not here. They're not really even operating it out of an office. And when you start to realize that that brand is not what's bringing you business, and that's a security blanket that you can actually let go of because you don't need it anymore, there's no reason not to make that change. There's no risk in moving.
And the thing is, go ahead, Chip, I'm sorry.
We're fighting, or at least trying to position yourself in a better light in the office so that you had a better uptime schedule, so that you had more opportunity to get sales. Now think about that for a minute. Now we have lead generations that are working 24/7 online, and people are communicating and contacting us via text message, via email, via video messages like we're doing now. So innovation is just, it can't help but change the industry. And if you're not going with a more innovative company, where are you going to be left at the end of the day?
Yeah. And the thing is, if you've got a bunch of 340s, mid 40, late 40 something people that are embracing technology, let's talk to our 15-year-old kids and our 22-year-old kids that are in college.
Yeah. Well, in our market, when we really start to look around, there's not a lot of young agents coming in. And I wonder why. What's that barrier? What's stopping them? Is it because they need to have, 90 days of capital saved because they're not going to be able to pay their bills? Why are they not coming into this industry? Is that barrier to entry too heavy for younger people? Maybe now with this revolutionary change in how this company is operating, perhaps that's not the case. Perhaps with mentoring program, that's not the case.
That's right.
The way these big companies really have to examine their models. And when we went to our owner and we had a conversation with him to help him understand why we were, what we were up to, because we had great respect for each other as business people. He couldn't offer us anything. He couldn't say, well, I'll give you this, or I could. There was nothing he could give us. And the reality was he knows this, the writing is on the wall that this is a major team that has been a top number 1 or number 2 team in their organization for years, a top team in the state for years, that's saying, we love you, but I'm leaving you. And I'd be stupid not to. It's better for my family to make this choice. And there was no, he could do nothing. His hands were tied.
It wasn't personal.
No.
It was a business.
Mr. Broker, it's not you. It's Mr. Broker, it's not you. It's your brokerage.
Yeah.
And their business model. You can't beat the model.
And he knows that. It's his model.
Yeah.
My goal is to, in the next number of quarters, to continue to have conversations with him, and perhaps they'll just ditch it and join us.
Yeah. No doubt.
That's what happened. Thanks. Get off it.
A lot.
Yep. That's happened a lot.
And it's happening. It's going to happen even more. I mean, right now, just in New York, it's so fresh. It's just exciting. I can't believe what's going to happen in the next year, next 2 years, and the massive growth that's happening. I mean, coming from a team member, and I was speaking to, Chip and Helen, is that, from 10 agents to going to now 20 agents. That's freaking phenomenal. I was trying to struggle to interview agents. Hey, come to my team. All of a sudden, people are like, hey, I want to join you. Hey, okay, I don't want to join you. I want to join the organization. I'll join your team. I'll join eXp. It doesn't matter to me. For me, it's like, how can I help you? How can I get you better? We're financially connected. What can I do for you today? Another agent just came on and just fresh, had his license for 2012. And basically I broke down the trainings, and he is, he has his own other business. And I showed him exactly how to do the training. He was just amazed. He's like, I don't have to be in the office. I'm like, no, you don't. He goes, I could be on the road. I'm like, yes. All you need to do is take a client. He has the weekend off, go show properties. And that's what's happening, guys. I mean, this is the transition that's happening. I mean, talking to a mega team right now from ReMax, is sitting back now. I mean, I'm refreshed because there's so many people I'm talking to ReMax. I'm like, listen, this is the model that you need to really look at, because obviously I did my due diligence. David did his due diligence. Chip and Helen did the due diligence. You know, there's something that's in the water. And if you don't make the transition now and tomorrow, I don't want to miss the boat. You know, for me, when I get those stock options, and it feels really good. I'm not going to lie. It feels really, really good. I didn't have that with my own brokerage or Keller Williams or Exit or Century 21. But if I had that 20 years ago, I'll be in a whole different position. You know, maybe not retirement, but hey, listen, I'll have a cushion available. God forbid something happen. And same thing as a revenue share too as well. So it is definitely a beautiful thing. And I think people really need to listen, and especially somebody who's coming on right from ReMax with really a niche. I mean, I'm surprised at the niche, and also only 3 team members doing $17 million. That's really, really, you know, people get scared.
We've all masterminded together. It was always a challenge being a small team in recruiting, in training, retention. There's always somebody that thinks the grass is greener once you've brought them up to a level of production that is, you know, sufficient enough to really be considered good in this industry. So that was always the struggle. Now with eXp, it's not all falling on our owner, you know, team leaders' shoulders as far as training goes. We're more now accountability leaders and holding people accountable to helping them further themselves than necessarily spending all the time in the trenches to up to production level. I mean, you can put them on a webinar in the eXp Cloud, and they're going to get fantastic training that's going to help propel them.
And if you, what we've struggled with ReMax, because we had all these great systems and these great tools in place that we had learned from our coaches, and we had recruited and hired great people, you know, brought them on our team, and the next thing you know, they're selling 24, 25 homes a year. They're instant success. And then they suddenly think, oh my gosh, that they are this instant success, and they think, I don't need this guy anymore. I'm out of here. And they leave us. And the next thing you know, they don't sell any houses. And then we hire another guy. He's a great guy. And the next 25 houses his first year. And then he says, I don't need this guy. And he leaves us. And the next thing you know, he doesn't sell any houses. And you're saying to yourself, you were successful because of us, not in spite of us. And I think with eXp, if you have somebody who then realizes, I don't need these people. I can do my own lead gen. I want to be my own brand. I want to have my own website. I want to do my own social media. Go for it. Go for it. Don't leave me. Don't leave my brand. Don't leave my company. Go for it.
Yep.
What can I do to help you? Have at it. You know, God bless you.
Yep. We're now encouraged. You know, I've had one person that was on my team that since we joined, and we've just been with eXp for, I don't know, probably 9 months now. So I've only had one person leave my team and that when we joined eXp, end up leaving the team and just going straight independent on eXp. If that would have happened before, or when it happened before, that person is now my competition.
Yeah.
They're not now. I mean, she was texting me the other day asking me questions, and
You're there to help them.
She's still on my team. You know what I'm saying? I'm still financially connected. We're still under the same brokerage. I'm here to help her just as I was when she was officially on the David Upchurch team.
I mean, we're all partners.
That feels good.
It's just a different it's a different mindset of doing real estate, really.
Yep.
When we had looked at leaving ReMax, we were, again, looking at our profitability, looking at our overhead, looking at technology we're paying for, and then looking at eXp and comparing one to the other. And we really felt confident that eXp was going to allow us to continue to sell real estate like we had. But there were 2 other components to the company that, to me, almost, I feel like it's a vision for a retirement plan for agents. And one of those is with the stock awards and rewards that the company offers. I mean, my God, you know, like Rummy was just saying a few minutes ago, if we were all had stock in our company from 15, 20 years ago, maybe it wouldn't be retirement, but it would certainly be something. You know, I think we as realtors, we're not always the best savers. And I think we as realtors, we don't have health benefits for us provided by our company. There's no 401k. There's none of these retirement plans. There's no IRA. So you have to say to yourself as an agent, what am I going to do for income after I sell my last home?
Yes.
Am I prepared financially? Have I been buying real estate along the way and I have these great investment properties? what have I done to prepare for my retirement? Your Social Security certainly isn't going to cut it. So what's your plan? It's great to sell houses. It's not laborious. Everybody can do it. But do you want to do it when you're 65, 70, 75 years old? Probably not. So what's the plan? And when we sat back and looked at this company and thought, well, this is a company that actually will reward me with stocks when we have certain milestones that we reach for production.
Allow me to buy it on
We now
discount.
are now to buy stocks at a discount. So, and again, by promoting this company and seeing the company grow as a whole, it's only better for everyone. And then you have this other component of the revenue share. And if you want to participate in that, it could potentially be something. And it's not about just running around and trying to, convert people to drink the Kool-Aid. It's more about sharing. Hey, I'm surprised at the number of agents that have reached out to me privately and said, hey, what are you guys up to?
Why did you move?
I have a lot of respect for you as a businesswoman. What are you doing? I don't know who this company is. What's going on? And want to keep these conversations completely confidential because these are agents I respect, and they're just curious, or maybe they're kind of scratching their heads and saying, maybe I should be making a move too. And it's been really very interesting, again, with that revenue share component. If you chose to pursue that, that could potentially be another stream of income for you as an agent. So they kind of are setting yourself up to really have a couple of different pillars of income for you to grow with as you grow. If you take it.
I've said this several times. Just pick any brokerage, right? We're not going to just pick the traditional real estate brokerage. You've got, you have, they're there to help you try to sell houses, right? And at eXp, I have said that it's almost twofold, right? There's a huge component there to help sell houses. None of us would have moved if we thought that our production would go down, or if we didn't think that we would at least stay where we're at or go up, right? So we still have to sell houses. That's what we are. We're a real estate brokerage that sells houses. But there is this other little component that eXp has that nobody else has, that actually, if you've been in the business like me for 22 years, I'm kind of tired, right? I want to kind of transition to building something. I want to run the business, not be in the business. I have this opportunity to go out and share eXp. And you're right, Helen. A ton of people have called me and said, "What are you doing? Right? This doesn't make sense." Same thing that I did with people. Called them and said, "Hey, what's going on?" And organically, I now have 64 people in my eXp organization in 4 different states, that every time they sell a house, I get a little tiny piece. I get a little referral fee, right? It's not a ton, but it's a little tiny piece. But a little tiny piece of 64 people can be life-changing. So now I have this opportunity to where now when I go and sell my last house, because everybody sells their last house. It might be tomorrow, it might be in 6 months, it might be in 20 years, but you're going to sell your last house. We all have our first and we all have our last.
Yep.
When I sell my last house and I'm done, I still have 64 people and growing underneath me that are still in the business growing because they haven't been in the business 20 some years. And I'm making a little tiny piece every month. It could be $3,000 or $4,000 a month that I'm getting. It could be $40,000, $50,000 a month that I'm getting. It just depends on how much I want to grow that. But at least I have the opportunity. At the other brokerages, we would just tell people how great our brokerage was, because honestly, I tell people all the time, you're only going to tell people how great your brokerage is if you believe your brokerage is great. And if you don't believe your brokerage is great, you should probably leave your brokerage, right? So if you're not happy and you're not willing to promote whatever brand you're with, you should rethink whether you should even be with that brand. So people that are at eXp that are happy and excited about it, when we promote it, we're going to be rewarded for it. When you were at ReMax, my assumption is you were happy, you were promoting it, you were telling how people great it was. When they joined, did you even get a pat on the back?
No, and there was no incentive. That's the crazy part. And
so there's at least that opportunity.
Competition is your own, under the own
Never competition.
Yep. So there's that opportunity piece on this side. you know, but it's a small percentage, right? It's just, you know, we still sell houses, and that's what our focus and everybody that's watching this should be focused on is how am I going to sell more houses?
Yeah. And that's been the beauty of it. That for us has not changed. And we knew from a brand perspective, because we had tracked our business for years, we knew where our leads came from. It wasn't from the walk-in. It wasn't from the up call. It wasn't from the company's website. It just wasn't. And when agents, there was no reason not to go because the proof was in the pudding. We had the data. We knew it. Just let's just not be lazy and do what we got to do to make the move.
Yep. Awesome. We're super excited to have you on board.
Yeah, really, really
super
excited. So, you know, couple words. Obviously, we're doing our first Lunch and Learn in May 16, New Jersey. Right? I don't know, Chip, if you have the location. I know David's coming down and doing that lunch.
We're working on venue now.
Okay.
Yeah, we're down about the next week or so for certain, or next couple days actually.
So we'll post that out there too as well. And on top of that, you know, how does somebody reach you if they want to know more information, just to kind of pick your brain? You know, obviously, guys, we're going to have the links on below and anywhere in YouTube or, you know, podcast. We're going to have all the information so you could quickly reach them too as well. But go ahead and tell them how they could reach you or email you or go to your website and talk about eXp or just an opportunity that's even join your team. And you guys were talking about that too as well. You're looking to expand. Go ahead.
Well, I can be reached on my cell anytime, 856-625-5900. Email Chip at, I'll give you the short one, JSREE.com. So Chip at JSREE. Our main website, findcapemayhomes.com. You can get us through there as well. Helen-Ann?
Well, you can reach me at my cell, 609-517-1936. Happy to answer any questions that anybody has. I actually was on a workplace by Facebook group the other day, and a girl had private messaged me, and she was asking about some multifamily properties, and I was able to answer her questions. And she said, "Well, you know, can you mentor me, or would you mind being a mentor? Because I could use more of your help." And I said, "Just feel free to reach out to me whenever I can help you." I said, "Whatever I can do for you, it's not a big deal. I'm happy to help you move along and set your clients up for success." It's been great.
And I do want to ask that question, and somebody in ReMax right now, you know, you guys have been there for 10 years. I know a lot of agents that have been there even for longer, or you know, maybe 2 or 3 years, want to look at eXp. What is one advice that you could give them from the ReMax position to say, look at eXp and talk to somebody?
Your fees are going to be dramatically less. You will save money instantly, and the lead generation is going to blow your doors off. It's like nothing that you're getting where you are now.
That's nothing that any company's offering.
No,
I think ReMax was at least $250 or $275 an international fee. That was per month just to be on the ReMax website. And I tell you, if I had to eat off of what we earned off of that website,
we would have starved.
Yeah, we would have starved.
Yeah, it just.
I mean, sadly. I mean, we knew this 10, 12 years ago when we got into lead gen and knew where the market and the industry was moving in that direction. So we're very thankful that we were led much by you guys as well to see these opportunities. And then again, being connected through our coaching, through our masterminding together, being introduced to another business model like eXp, it's allowed us to now move forward into the next chapter of our real estate careers, and hopefully a very profitable one, not only for our families, but the people that we will meet, bring along. Hey, everybody's not ready to leave a brokerage today.
Yeah.
We weren't. But it makes sense for the family to at least take a look at it and go, how do these folks that, hey, they're doing mega modest income, they're happy. Why did they leave? Let us know. We'll be happy to answer any questions. Like I said, I've reached out to the who's who and the what's what that I had their phone numbers and their contact to. And they're all with eXp right now, and they're all banging the drum. Come on board.
Nice. Awesome, guys.
It's really a better way to just keep doing what you've been doing.
Yes.
It's a better way to keep doing what you've been doing. You're now working a little more efficiently, a little more
effectively. A little bit better.
You're being rewarded a little more. You're putting a little more money in your pocket at the end of the day. It's that simple.
And you feel good about telling other people about it.
Yeah.
Good stuff, guys. Thank you so much. Excited about this. Welcome aboard. Let's rock it out in New Jersey. And again, the 16th, keep that date open between 12 and 2 for the Lunch and Learn. We'll have a venue and the time available. And David's going to be there.
I've never been to Jersey, so I cannot wait to do the presentation and then go sit on the beach and have a beer with my buddy Chip and Helen-Ann.
You won't leave the same person.
I don't think I will.
Oh, my God.
Thank you.
Thanks. Have a great day.
Advised that the topics and contents discussed in this podcast are opinions intended as general information based on personal accounts and experiences by the host Rummy Dhanoa and his guests. We recommend that listeners seek professional advice or research before making a business decision. This podcast is produced separately and independently from eXp Realty and is not sponsored or funded by eXp Realty.